and you put a public works building with a generator so that if we do lose power, Jeff can get his doors open and we can put a generator in this building versus a sign out there that looks pretty. I mean, I would rather go with another sign like we have out there for the public works building and take that money and use it to upgrade this building, because that's been something we've been talking about since we built this place, is to put a natural gas generator in.
I thought we're moving forward on the generators.
That's only if we get a grant there. And if we don't get a grant.
If we don't get a grant, I thought the plan is we're going to buy one.
No grant, no generators.
No, and I thought that was a mistake.
That would be my thought, we'd take that money and put it towards a generator. That way, we've got shelter for the public, we've got shelter for us as a command center if something does happen in our building.
That would be a capital improvement, starting our fund.
Kelly, did you understand that there would be absolutely no generator no matter what?
We talked about it in finance about it, and I asked Trustee Daly to re-verify that with Jeff, because Jeff was more or less saying, yeah, if we don't get the grant, no, we won't do it. That would, you know.
For this next year?
Yes, starting May.
All right, that's interesting.
Which I didn't include.
Okay. All right, well then I think that's a very valid point. I think then let's go back and review that. We can certainly look at other types of signage for the public works building, because we do need to get signage there. That is a must, but we certainly don't.
Yeah, the guy that parked his truck there for the weekend, he didn't even know what it was, he just parked it.
No, I know, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you know, I've got a soft spot in my heart for trucks, and I was able to, you know, PD track.
I just want to remind everybody, unofficially, we didn't have a lengthy discussion, and I understand, even though it was kind of gloomy, it probably maybe seemed cheerier. We were hoping for rosier days. In concept, this is what we talked about, you know, last year. So that's why we're looking at this and presenting this. Okay. So we will go back and look at the generators, and we do have some other companies that are supposed to be sending this information, and I'd be happy to look into this Jones out of Green Bay.
Yeah, they're a very reputable sign dealer. They do everything from, you know, like Dunkin' Donuts sign at over on Rollins Road.
I hate that sign.
I know, but to
It's too busy.
And then they do they specialize in doing really good high-end LED screens where you see the TV screen up on the big signs up on the tollway.
Mm-hmm.
They make those.
Okay.
They're one of our customers, so it's something to think about.
The other thing too is I'm pretty sure that if we wait to buy generators with a grant, we'll all be living someplace else by the time we get those generators. You know, in 20 years, I've only seen one grant come through this village. Well, actually, two.
Well, we will
I don't know
look at-
how George got that
Well-
one, but that's beside the point.
We'll have to follow up on the grant tomorrow, because it was my understanding that this grant was a pretty easy grant to get. The question was whether we were going to be able to get two, probably one, no?
No. I found the website from last year's, what you have to do. Matter of fact, I just gave the kit and the application for Kelly to review and stuff. But the grants, they do have money out there, and then they look at it as a need basis. So if, you know, what's going to happen, first you go through the state to qualify, then they submit it to the federal government.
Okay.
So, and like Gary was saying, it might not happen because of the fact that we're in Lake County, we do have reserves. Who knows what?
Well, I wish our chair of finance was here so I could talk to him.
But that's, when that was coming up, that's why I looked at it, I says, you want the grant? He said, yeah, that's the route they're going.
All right. Well, I think we've gone as far as we can tonight with this, so let's move on.
Sorry, Pat, we didn't mean to throw you under the bus on that one. Lake County.
What was it?
Sorry, we didn't mean to throw you under the bus on that one.
I was
Well, a lot of times the grant money will come from federal to state and goes to the county level, and then it gets to Lake County, and then.
No, not this one.
No, I'm saying a lot of people, they say it's a pretty well-off county.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I'm not saying anything other than that, you know. That's.
Water tower paint color options. We've been talking about and improving that we will be painting the water tower. We know it's needed. And so the topic came up of, should we change color of the water tower because of the algae and the dirt? And then when it does finally rust and all that showing up so fast on the white paint. So Maynard prepared some renderings of different colors, some which are really wild. I think somebody got carried away with their computer on some of these. One of the thoughts was that, do we paint the water tower the Haynesville green and then do the logo in a beige or tan color? And then if you notice on there, they also have a tan water tower with the logo in the green, which is kind of interesting. That's pretty tiny, so I would encourage everybody to come and walk over to the board with me.
Let me ask you this, is there a difference in price depending on the design?
Of course there is, but let's get down to some, let's narrow it down first, and let's walk over to the board. In fact, I'm going to send you all over to the board, and I'll stay here at the mic. How's that? Since I would
Get
get
a
a
commentary.
I think price is going to have, I mean, if you're telling me that certain ones are going to be a lot more expensive.
No, Georgianne, let's just go over. I think there's a lot on there that you're going to rule out immediately. Or like,
Like the barber pole?
yes, I would hope so.
And the blue one? Oh my
What do you
God.
want, a smiley face, Ted?
I like this one.
Got one where
It won't show the rust, it's got a little bit of white to offset the logo.
with the logo. I can't
Yes,
What
sir.
about the next one?
This one here?
Yeah, put a white around the grass.
You know, the only thing though is when you have a lot of dark colors like that, it's gonna suck up a lot of heat. And if somebody's gonna be working inside their work, it'll raise the temperature of the water in the tank to where you may have a bunch of expansion. I don't know.
Okay, I want everybody to look. I'm going to make a few comments, and then I'm going to ask you to all sit down. Kevin made a comment about the dark colors, and I did ask Manhart about that. They would recommend painting any tower black, but they said the size of our water tower and the amount of water in there, the green is not going to make that much difference
Okay.
in the temperature.
I'm just asking a question here.
No, and I know, and that's why I'm addressing it. It's a good question, and it was one of the first ones I asked when I asked Manhart to do this, and Jeff brought up the green color. Obviously, the more variation or paint lines you have, like a stripe, the more it's going to cost. So, I'm going to ask you to focus on the tan with the green logo.
A solid tan.
Yeah, and then Russ, go over to like, yeah, that one.
I like those.
Okay, and then I don't know if I would even do the 2 tan stripes. I think I'd almost make that,
This one?
no,
2 tan stripes.
yeah, isn't there a tan on the top of that one, or, and the neck?
Yeah, there's a green on it.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother to do that, because that's just, all that's gonna do is add cost.
That's a nice one with the law, keeps it nice and simple and readable. Also.
Yeah. So, what is everybody's thoughts now, if you look at it that way?
I like the solid tan one on the bottom, on the far right side. That one, yes ma'am, that's the one, Georgianne.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Okay. What do you like, Gary?
I don't know, can.
Gary wants to hand it like baseball.
Can's kind of a neutral color. I mean,
Too neutral for you?
I mean, even the one that's green with just on the bottom of the bowl, basically, that's our problem area, is the bottom of the bowl. So if you went the white one with the green and the green logo on it, the second one on the big picture joint, or,
This one?
yeah.
No, that doesn't, I like this one better.
Still go tan, so you get away from the white that shows the dirt, yeah.
As I say, basically, the bottom third of the bowl is the problem area that collects the
Well,
dirt.
then if this is this light, maybe that's gonna be a problem
It still could be a problem. In fact, what Terry Brown recommended is that if we're gonna stay with a lighter color, he would at least paint the bottom third of the bowl, like Gary's pointing out. On that right picture, the third one over, he would at least paint the bottom third of the bowl green or a dark color, because that's where all the algae and the crud collects.
What about the one with the
This
green
one
that's
is sort
over?
of the same.
What about that one with the green that we were looking at, that just take the
This
tan,
one?
yeah, that one, you just take the
Take
things
the
off.
stuff off, that's the,
Right.
That's one of my favorites.
I like that.
And
Take the tan off.
Yeah, take the tan off and just paint it, exact, I think the logo will show up nice, the city lettering is nice and big, it'll be clean, easy to read. No matter how far back they are.
is it, actually, yeah.
The trouble with the squares, it's too much, I think it's too busy there, the square on the wall.
Right.
Because actually, the town of Hebron does have it's actually painted like a basketball.
Yes, it is.
And actually, the brown, the light brown of the basketball does get dirty. I mean, you
Yeah, there's a lot of water thing downstate somewhere, because I've been by on a fishing trip, and it looks like a golf ball. The house has all the dimples painted on it, it looks like a golf ball.
yeah.
Kelly, isn't your water tower green in Lake Villa?
Maybe that's the one that's, maybe Lake Villa does have green on the top
I think they do.
and, on the bottom, and then the white.
Now we're gonna make Kelly drive around the neighborhood.
I think you should make it a
Yeah,
gumball
stripes in the
machine.
middle.
then there's the rose for Rosemont.
It's actually the third one there, Gary. The
Yeah.
third one on the bottom, from the left.
Yeah, I think you're gonna want a darker color, but that's,
Yeah, I think that, one, two, three, four, five, see, it's the middle one on the lower thing is nice.
Okay, well, again, this is discussion only tonight. We will make a decision by the next board meeting. We're not gonna play 50 questions because Ted and I, I'm sure, remember going through this when the water tower was first built. And there's a million opinions out there. So we've narrowed it down. We're gonna do hopefully a cross between practicality and good looks. That's what we're shooting for here. So again, any comments or suggestions when you're out and about, look at LED signs and water towers.
Now, is that logo only on one side?
No, it'd be on both sides like it is now. The logo's on the,
East and
north and
west?
south.
no, it's north and south. It's a little angled, little off for better viewage from the road. So that the main roads in and out of town, you always see the water tower.
Southwest and a little north of this. It's like southeast and
Yeah.
west.
I have a question about when this project is going to be done. The last time when they repainted, Gary, you'll remember this, they had to like drain it, and then didn't we have like water storage here, a tank and something else? Is that going to be the same process? And
Well, they're not big,
I didn't think they were gonna.
no, they're not gonna drain it.
Unless, well, they'll drain it if they have to paint the inside.
Right.
Did they put that?
But we'll still need the tanks to maintain pressure.
Yeah, they did the tanks when we took the well offline over by Cranberry Lakes when we had the hammering issue where we had to take it apart. Those tanks were to keep pressure in the system throughout the village.
But otherwise, if they don't need to paint the inside, they don't have to take the water out, right?
They won't drain it, but we will need those tanks though, to maintain pressure.
And that's all part of the cost too, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that was all.
yes, that's all in there. That's all accounted for.
Now, is this a dull or a shiny green?
We haven't picked out paint, we're just looking at concept right now.
Okay.
We're not at the point where we have paint chips in front of us.
Okay,
We're just at concept of
okay,
looks.
because I have seen shinier things that I think would probably, the dirt would wash off better than if it's a dull finish, I don't know, maybe not.
Well, I don't think they'll ever use a dull finish, but I'm not the expert on water tower paint. I'll leave that to Rick Lieber and Terry Brown.
Okay,
I think first we want to know kind of what direction we're going with the colors. Okay, if there is no further discussion on that, I can ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.